Breaking news from inside the British royal family, and this time the spotlight is on someone who has spent her entire life quietly doing something most people in the monarchy never get the chance to do, living without a title. Zara Tindall, the granddaughter of the late Queen Elizabeth II and the daughter of Princess Anne, has finally spoken openly about one of the most talked about aspects of her life, the fact that she is not, and has never been, a princess. And what she said about it has surprised royal watchers across the world, not because it was controversial, but because of what it reveals about how the royal system actually works behind the scenes. Stay with us, because once you hear the full story, it becomes clear that Zara's life without a title may actually be one of the most fascinating decisions ever made inside the modern monarchy. And if you are new here, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a royal update like this one. Zara Tindall, now 44 years old, made the comments during a recent appearance on the 7 Rob Borough podcast, where she spoke with unusual honesty about growing up inside one of the most famous families in the world while technically not being part of the titled royal hierarchy. In a moment of rare candor, she told listeners that she actually considers herself lucky that she grew up without a royal title. She even laughed when she said it. For many people around the world, the idea of being a prince or princess feels like the ultimate dream. Titles come with palaces, ceremony, global recognition, and centuries of prestige. But Zara's perspective flips that fantasy completely on its head. According to her, not having a title gave her something far more valuable, something that most members of the royal family never experience: the freedom to build her own life without the heavy expectations that normally come with the crown. And it was not just circumstance. Zara made it clear that the decision was intentional. She openly credited her mother, Princess Anne, for choosing that path. And her then-husband Captain Mark Phillips made the unusual choice to raise their children without royal titles, even though they absolutely could have had them. Zara spoke warmly about that decision, explaining that she and her older brother Peter Phillips grew up with the kind of independence that allowed them to pursue their own interests without being boxed into a traditional royal role. She described their childhood at Gatcombe Park in Gloucestershire as a grounded upbringing where they were encouraged to find their own direction rather than simply inherit one. And for Zara, that freedom clearly shaped the life she went on to build. Instead of becoming a working royal tied to ceremonial duties, she pursued her passion for equestrian sports and rose to the very top of the field. She became a world champion rider and later an Olympic silver medalist at the 2012 London Games. That kind of career requires relentless focus, years of training, and the ability to compete in a world where performance matters more than pedigree. And while she will always be connected to the royal family through blood, Zara's achievements came from her own dedication rather than from a royal title attached to her name. To really understand why this moment matters, you have to look at the historical context. When Zara was born in 1981, she was sixth in line to the British throne. Today, she sits much further down the line at number 22, but the key point is that she was born extremely close to the center of royal power. Under normal circumstances, someone in that position would almost automatically receive a title. But Princess Anne and Captain Mark Phillips made a very different choice. At the time of their marriage, Phillips was offered an earldom, which would have made him a nobleman and allowed their children to inherit titles as well. He declined it. That decision meant their children would grow up as private individuals rather than titled royals, a rare move inside a family built around centuries of hierarchy and tradition. The contrast with other branches of the royal family makes the decision even more striking. Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson chose a different path when their daughters Beatrice and Eugenie were born. Both were given the title of princess. Prince Edward and Sophie's children carry the titles of Earl and Lady. And in March 2023, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex made global headlines when they formally gave their children Archie and Lilibet the titles of Prince and Princess. Each branch of the family has handled the question differently, reflecting different ideas about what royal identity should look like in the modern world. But Princess Anne's decision stands out because it intentionally moved her children outside that system entirely. Now here is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Despite having no royal title, Zara Tindall consistently ranks among the most popular members of the royal family in public approval polls. In fact, she currently sits as the fifth most popular royal figure, just below her mother princess and even ahead of King Charles III himself. Think about that for a moment. The woman with no crown, no official role, and no royal title is more admired than the reigning monarch in certain public surveys. That kind of popularity is not accidental. It reflects the way Zara has presented herself to the public for decades, approachable, authentic, and grounded in a way that many people find refreshing within the often highly formal world of royal life.